Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome as tonight Media One Sports Television breaks the county line, I guess I might say, because I think we are officially in Hampshire County, where tonight we are looking at Hopkins Academy, Division III, Division IV in Western Mass boys basketball, and tonight they are taking on Mahar, the Senators, who I think come down from Orange, Massachusetts, take that little rundown Route 2 and jump up through Greenfield, 91 South, and then tonight, here we are. I am Scott Harris, and I am joined once again tonight by Erica Hunter, and a bit of a twist as she sits second chair, because while I initially brought her into the mix because of her insights and her being no stranger to basketball, we get a little closer to home, to say the least.
Oh yeah, tonight we're at Hopkins Academy, my alma mater. I'm very excited for this game.
At some point throughout the broadcast, I will have to slip in the photograph that was just recently taken, because again, as the calendar sits officially, we were just in this gym yesterday watching the Hopkins Lady Hawks take on Frontier, the Red Hawks. So, of course, I'm cheering for the Hawks. That was kind of dicey, but I think they knew which team I was shouting for.
I think they knew.
But Erica used that opportunity to sign the commemorative 1,000-point basketball for the, hell, I don't even know, 1,600 to 1,800 points that you scored when you were here as a student?
Yes. I apparently never signed that in 2006, so I got the opportunity last night to put my name on that ball.
One more piece of memorabilia inside the hallowed halls of Hopkins Academy that either have your name or your reference to it, considering that you've had your share of division championships, Western Mass finalists, and so on. So early on, what's the feeling that you get being inside your old high school gymnasium about to call a basketball game?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, this is only the second game I've commentated, so I'm still a little nervous, but I'm pretty pumped.
Well,
and last game it was Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. It is again Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, and you have two of your daughters here tonight.
Oh, you know, giving credit where
Gotta
it's due.
give it. Gotta give it.
You're right too. At some point, I'll get the selfie because standing behind Erica and myself, the youngest of the clan, Sienna Jade, working camera tonight. So again, it's going to be interesting. Starting lineups, of course, beginning with the visiting team, and you see Mahar making their way in. They're a little ahead of me on introductions, but I will tell you, Pedro Matos is number 3. Nicholas Slattery is number 21. Austin Leary is number 23. Drew Patray is number 24. And Bryce Cleveland is number 42. And that makes up the starting lineup. Now we're going to pan to the right side. And we will stay with the public address announcer for the introduction of the home team, the Hopkins Academy Hawks. Now, if there's one thing that stood out from those introductions, number 25, John Morrison, a freshman. So there's always something about seeing the youngsters coming out and getting their opportunity early in their careers to play on the higher level. And I think that that can be said because Hopkins Academy comes into this game 11-1, and to have a freshman starting, it's got to give him credit for his strength as far as what he contributes to the team. You know, it's interesting as we were going through the anthem, and I'm just taking that moment in my eyes or scanning all the banners that are on the walls here. I see on the right-hand side the longest banner back is from 1979. Then I peek on the left, and I see one from Hopkins Academy softball from 1977. But then I look at the 1,000-Point Club, and I see a name up there from 1956. And I would almost bet when I see the last name Pipsinski on the wall that it's a relative of the two Pipsinskis that are scheduled to play tonight for Hopkins Academy.
I imagine. I just want to point out that was our wonderful pep band over there playing the national anthem. And people would always ask me when I was playing ball here, what is your favorite part of playing? And my answer would always be the pep band. I love them. They're fantastic.
And I have to tell you, amidst a lot of school systems out there, Hopkins Academy probably the only one with a consistent pep band that comes out for all of the home events. So you'll be hearing literally us striking up the band several times throughout this contest. But right now what we're going to do is get this tip underway. A bit of a different camera vision in here, Erica, because the gym is just that close, that small.
Yes. It's a good atmosphere to play in, though.
Capacity crowd here, at least in the parent section. As I pan to the right and left, student section a little low tonight, but it's okay. Gonna make the most of it. Little tightrope walk there. The save inbounds for Hopkins. The big center, number 33, Zach Kelly, feeding the ball down low with no success. 30 seconds off the clock early in this one. Nicholas Slatery on the point. A little back and forth toss with Austin Leary. That's Bryce Cleveland holding the ball. The whistle and the foul. Charge to Hopkins, number 33, Zach Kelly, his first, team first. Turnaround high off the glass to nowhere. Golden Hawks coming up quickly. Sami Rowe hustling back defensively to contest Pedro Matos. And he gets the steal. Pauses off the glass, count the basket, Sami Rowe. Man-to-man defense for Hopkins early. Nice muscle inside, Bryce Cleveland.
Now we have a lot more height here than I remember when I was in school. Ooh,
And
very nice
there.
block.
That's right, the hustle back by Brett Morrison for the Golden Hawks, rejecting the ball off the backboard. We're tied at 2, 6:05. Obviously, the coach's reaction. Number 21 for Mahar, Nicholas Slattery, called for the foul. His first, team first. Sammy Rowe, the feed down low for Pipsinski. No, for Kelly. Zach Kelly, the field goal.
I was saying there's a lot more height than I remember. And as a female in high school, it would have been nice if I had a little more height when I was growing up.
As far as to your teammates?
As far as to the boys in the school.
Okay, so noted. I mean, I would have thought at best, because there are those moments where, you know, you have a taller girl on the varsity team, so sometimes one of the boys will come over. So I thought you were saying a couple taller boys would have helped you having someone your size to practice with. I didn't realize you were on the dating prospect scene. So noted. Conversations that we wouldn't have had sitting next to each other when you were 16, 17, 18.
Absolutely
I guess you
not.
Feel free to share that now. The roller, count the basket, and it's good for number 23, Austin Leary for Mahar. Little back and forth outside the wing. Shot clock down to 17, all tied at 4. Although in this gym, you get a constant look at the scoreboard, so I think Erica and I will spend a little less time talking about the score and the clock, because at least every time you come down this end of the gym, it's right there. Can't miss it. Nice feed down low. Off the glass, he'll draw the foul. Spencer Butterfield going to the line for the Golden Hawks. He'll shoot 2. Foul called on Colin Mayhew for Mahar. His first, team second. So first game that Erica and I worked together had to probably be one of the larger local stages outside of us being in the Mass Mutual Center for an event. That was the Blake Arena at Springfield College for the Hoop Hall Classic. I would have thought for her second game, I would try to bring her a little more into her comfort zone by bringing her close to home, but she seems to think she's more nervous in this gym than she was at Hoop Hall. So I don't understand that. You should be more comfortable here at home.
I should be, but the pressure's on, you know. I know a lot of these. There we go.
Ow! Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. He wasn't happy with that call. But I think that probably on that position, on that pivot, he kind of put a little body on the defender.
Oh,
I mean, what's your pick on that? Is that a 50-50 call?
You know, he's a big dude and he knows how to push his weight around. So I think he kind of had it coming.
Okay, so noted. And admittedly, you know, sometimes you might say if the defense wants to encroach on you that tightly, they get what they get. But I think the referees are probably going to even the scales a little bit, if I can use the phrase, and not let him abuse his power. 4 team fouls now on Hopkins, 2 on Mahar. Outside shot, rattles that home, making it look easy. Spencer Butterfield for 3. 9-7, Hopkins up 2. So I think both of these teams are 11 or 12 games into the season. Golden Hawks 11-1, and Mahar, the Senators, they're under 500. I think I may have seen they're like 4-7, 5-7. They've had some tough losses. But even teams that you might consider to be the underdog, you know, any given night, things can just come together. They're keeping it close. 3-point basket there. Brett Morrison for the Golden Hawks.
Looks like Hopkins is taking advantage of this 3-2 zone that Mahar is playing and shooting some outside shots, and they're hitting them right now.
5-point lead for the Golden Hawks. Double defense. Off the glass. Defensive push foul on number 24 for the Senators, Drew Patre. Hopkins' substitution will announce that since Alex Curran stepped out onto the floor as the Senators were calling their timeout. And the pep band.
And the pep band.
I see Erica was leering to the corner like, okay, where's the music?
I know, I'm also checking out those Hawks over there.
And now your dancing Golden Hawks.
You know, I have to tell a quick little story about earlier tonight when we were setting up. We were shooting around a little bit, and I thought my dear sister Sienna was in one of those Hawk suits, so I was going to throw a basketball at what I thought was her. Luckily, I did not do that because it was not Sienna.
Yes, in fact, later on we got a chance to see the, I don't know what I want to call them, the actors inside, the Hawkettes. And it's like, yeah, if you had been one of those girls with a basketball.
That would have been bad.
So, yes, you never know who's inside the mascot's costume. Overshot, and a quick turnover back to Mahar. They definitely need to, I mean, obviously everyone needs to score every chance they get, but Mahar definitely cannot waste the opportunities coming down the court and not nailing the field goal. Oh, nice drive. They're calling it touch ball, no foul, no charge, no block. 18 seconds left to shoot.
I'm liking the defense I'm seeing from the Hopkins team.
And they are zoning it now, 2-3. They started with more of a man.
They're keeping it close, though. They're very quick on their feet.
So after covering the Hoop Hall Classic at Blake Arena at Springfield College, we had talked about the difference in court size between the high school level and the college level. And I can definitely, as I look at this gym, you know, although we're courtside and not up in the rafters this time, but it definitely is, it's definitely smaller. You can feel the difference.
Was it 15 feet aside?
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you look at just even swinging the ball, you know, you kind of get used to what it takes to pass from the point to the corner. 3-point field goal for Alex Curran. But anyway, it's even takes more to pass the ball, to swing the ball when you're trying to also make up that distance. It's not just running the court, but it's moving the ball. Double teamed, hard off the glass. Curran, Butterfield.
The offensive foul.
Little aggressive. 5th team foul. First personal against Butterfield.
He had the elbow in there.
Trying to clear out some space, a little too aggressive. Hosen, a little confidence there for Gabriel O'Leary. The 3-point basket for the Senators. The Hopkins lead cut to 4. .4 seconds left in the first quarter. Nice touch pass off the glass, up high, no good. Austin Leary works his way around the edge. Pedro Matos, number 25. That's Gabriel O'Leary. Hard working over the baseline, you know, trying to shoot through number 22, Joe Yusko. That's no easy task. Yusko pops out there defensively, brings the distraction. That was enough to make the Senators miss that free throw attempt. Nice fade right there. Brett Morrison, the long 2 to end the first quarter. 16-10 Hopkins. So to think, just a random pass through this gymnasium not one day before, and I don't even know the conversation that you started having with the athletic director, where the next thing I know, 24 hours later, we're in here calling a game in the gymnasium. What's up with that, Erica?
We had talked about it, and I was eager to get in here.
Figure I'd bring the kid out and put it to work, and bring the other kid out and put her to work.
Hey, how are you?
So that's the other thing about sitting here courtside inside the home gym, is you get a lot of old friends passing by, and no, there's no reason we can't stop and greet the throngs as we go along. Ooh, nice long pass there, and an attempted save. Tried to bounce it off the defender, unlucky. God, it's amazing how fast these kids grow. Oh my God. I mean, a couple of kids that are out here playing varsity now, and namely Joe Yusko for one. I haven't laid eyes on him in probably 4 or 5 years. He's grown.
Yeah, the Pipchinskis, I remember them being very small. I mean, they weren't small, but
just smaller from the last time you've seen them. Literally boys to men. I'm seeing a lot of boys to men. Oh my goodness. No, it is. It's good being back in this gymnasium. I can sit here and look across where my spot is, or was, on the other side of the gym up there behind the Mahar bench, because for the home games, the Hopkins Academy Golden Hawk ladies sit where Mahar is. So that was kind of our spot when we came to watch you play. Always knowing where we'd be sitting. A couple of times.
I could hear you, don't worry.
A couple of times we were actually able to get like the whole family in here, so we were like 5, 6, 7 deep. A little obnoxious, but we were having fun. We were having fun. from outside, just short, gets his own rebound. Again, always my call, and Erica, you tell me your stance on this. When you're shooting from the outside, who's the first person to get a sense of whether or not your shot's going to nail the basket?
You are.
So if anyone should be following that shot, it should be you. And I'll tell you, in that particular case, Brett Morrison, his first time out the arc, he sensed it, followed his shot, and then somehow got back outside. And second time with the charm, he drained that three. 19-10, 6:21 in the first half.
Yeah, I love when people go after their own shots. People tend to be a little cocky and just kind of fade away, but you should be after it.
You should. Follow your shot. Hopkins coach, passionate.
I'm loving it.
I'll tell you. And a tall drink of water, too.
Hey, whatever works. They're having a great season.
Yes, 11-1 is nothing to shake a stick at. Angelo Thomas, the head coach for the Golden Hawks.
I actually remember Angelo from the days when I played basketball. I think he might have been running a couple leagues up in Greenfield that I was playing in.
You are right about that.
Yeah.
Yep. He does have a history here in the area, and he has been mentoring kids for quite some time. And from what the athletic director was sharing, he is doing great things for this academy since coming on board. Still working the zone, 2-3 defensive zone for Hopkins. 8 seconds left on the shot clock for Mahar. There's an open look. Nope, pulls it back down. The shot clock is down to 3. That pass, he's not going to get it off in time. Shot clock violation and a turnover back to the Golden Hawks. Substitutions for Hopkins. Number 32, Greg Pipczynski. Actually, Pipczynski.
Pipczynski, yes.
You know, what's interesting is I continue to broadcast basketball across a lot of regions. Some people find it interesting that respectfully, Polish names, you know, the handwriting, I'm pretty good at the pronouncers. And they're like, how do you do that? I said, well, you know, I kind of have this history in this agricultural town. I think by the time I was out here for my 4th or 5th year and had gone through X amount of rosters, yeah, I'm pretty good at converting Polish names to their proper pronunciation. I'll tell you, cheerleading thing always scares me. Spent some time covering prep school sports on the Gulf Coast in Florida, and they have laws in that state where you don't get the girls out on the court. They do all their work from the sidelines, and there have to be mats.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Oh, anytime you start raising them up in the air, they don't let them do that without mats.
A lot of my friends from high school were cheerleaders, and I remember a lot of injuries happening. It's a pretty scary thing.
It is a pretty scary thing. It is a pretty scary thing.
Especially when you get necks and backs involved.
Uh-oh,
it's never good.
Okay, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. It's like, yeah, you don't want to fall off the top of the pyramid.
Nope.
Oh, my God. All right, let's see. Let's change the subject. 4 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Media One Sports television coverage of 2014-2015 Western Massachusetts high school boys basketball. Although we reach out and cover the girls as well. Continue to watch our postings between Facebook and YouTube. As we are halfway through, I think we are pretty much at the midpoint for the high school season, with most teams having their, 10th, 11th, and 12th games right about now. Pretty soon we'll be looking at those playoff scenarios, and we'll be right there as well, continuing your coverage right through the madness. The Western Mass High School playoffs. Nice floater there. Brendan Walker for the Senators. Traveling the call. You know, it's interesting that he's able to draw a blocking foul off of that when he pretty much decided to step into quadruple defense as he, you know, short of going coast to coast, and he pretty much stepped right into the thick of that Golden Hawks defense.
Now he's got the 1-and-1.
17 fouls against the Golden Hawks. So Slattery gets the 1-and-1. The first is good. Mahar substitution, Drew Petray in the game. Two for two. That'll bring a blocking foul against Nicholas Slattery. That's his second. The lead is 5 for Hopkins. Some of these young faces walking through the gym, it's touching to see how they've grown up. Make comments in my own hometown about, even at my age, hanging out with kids that I understand we both chewed some of the same dirt.
There's number 12, Brendan Walker.
6 seconds off the shot clock. Hopkins still has the ball. Spencer Butterfield to inbound, comes up deep to Alex Curran off the back of the iron. It's going to stay on the Hopkins end. Drew Petray called for the foul, his second. Five first half fouls against Mahar, 3 minutes to play in the first half. A little congested over there. Nice pass. No, nice spin and feed, because I'll tell you, he didn't have much more time to stand in the lane. The 3 seconds was about to expire on him. He definitely helped his team convert that field goal in the nick of time. 2:45 left in the first half. Down low, off glass, unlucky. Yusko, the rebound, shot off the front of the rim. Spencer Butterfield from the outside, missing the mark. Slattery, Nicholas Slattery on the point for the Senators. 13 seconds on the shot clock, 10 now. Oh, nice floater from outside the lane as he elevated off the glass to make the basket. 2 minutes left in the first half. 3-point lead for Hopkins. Charging.
Is that like the third offensive foul they've called this game?
Second personal on Alex Curran. 8th on the team in the first half. Another close one. If there's one thing I've got to say I'm happy about coming back into this gym 2 days in a row to watch girls and now boys hoops respectively. Nice matches, good matches so far. Kicks it out. Open look for the 3, and we're all tied at 21.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Angelo is too happy about that right now, but we're having fun with it.
Nicholas Slattery drained the basket. He got the look, and you know, if you're going to get the look, you got to hoist it up. We're all tied at 21. with a minute to go. Sami Rowe, he'll go to the line and shoot 2 for the Golden Hawks. Senators foul on number 42, Bryce Cleveland, his first. 6th on the team. Conservative on the fouls to think the Senators may get through the first half without giving the bonus opportunity to Hopkins.
Yeah, I remember there being so many more fouls last game we covered.
Number 23 in for the Senators, Austin Leary. Number 25 checking in for Hopkins, John Morrison. Rowe. 1-point lead, 1 minute left in the first. (20 seconds on the shot clock. (40 seconds on the game clock. 7 seconds now to shoot. Good defense, good defense. Look at that, he's on the ground. No reason to call a timeout. Kick foul and a reset. Just that close to having all that defensive scrambling pay off. Be a 3-second difference between the regulation clock and the shot clock. Depending on how low Mahar takes it, Hopkins will get a last shot opportunity.
Now, last game we covered, we were covering the Central West Springfield girls game, and they were not using that 30-second clock. They were taking shots within 5-10 seconds of being down the court.
Yep, as fast as they could run down, they had no problem converting. There was not, at least for the Central Golden Eagles, there was not a lot of play set up. It was just get there and score.
Yeah.
And I think for some reason West Springfield kind of got drawn into that, feeling that they had to then try to hustle back and score as quick as Central was, and that really is not West Side's style.
It seems like Mahar is using most of their 30-second clock, and I would say that's because the Hopkins defense is just so fantastic at this point.
Yes.
They're not getting any open shot opportunities.
You know, you figure Hopkins has already held Mahar to 2 shot clock violations.
Yep.
So that's just a sign of how tenacious that their defense is. All right, now we're going to take a quick moment just to let you see what's happening here on the court, because Hopkins has, for a fundraiser through the Booster Club, the Chuck the Beanbag, and I have to assume it's get closest to the center of the H. That would be my guess.
I think that's a very good guess.
Have to stand on the sideline, toss the beanbag. Try not to nail the referees that are going to take their break. Folks are throwing from the stands. Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh,
thank
that was
God.
horrible.
That was pretty bad. Oh, my.
I just threw one that didn't even make it into the center circle.
Yeah, in fact, I can see it. Someone just hit yours and it didn't even get knocked into the center circle.
That's sad.
That was sad. Oh, what's this? Oh,
wow.
He got a good bounce on it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching Media One Sports Television coverage 2015 high school boys basketball. We're in Hampshire County, ladies and gentlemen. We are checking out the Golden Hawks of Hopkins Academy playing host to the Senators from Mahar. They made their way up from Orange, Mass. 22-21 at the break in favor of Hopkins. We'll be right back with the second half tip in just a moment. All right. So I have to tell you, when the opportunity came up to cover this game tonight, I looked at the stat sheets on both of these teams, realizing that Hopkins is really dominating this year, off to a great start. And at the end, you know, I wanted to make sure that we produced a game that was good for TV. You know, I didn't want to come in here necessarily and watch Mahar, you know, get their clocks clean. The fact that they are holding this to a 1-point game at the half, and that they even led for a split second off of that three-pointer that came down toward the end. Trying to think who that was. It may have been, no, it wasn't Walker. It was Nicholas Slattery who put up the three-pointer close to the end of the first half that gave Mahar that quick lead. This is anybody's game. I'm very happy at the initial performance by Mahar. and keeping up with the Golden Hawks. I didn't think it was going to be this close out the gate.
It's an exciting game for sure. And I'm kind of wondering what Angela was talking about during halftime. Because I haven't seen Hopkins play before, so I'm not sure, you know, what they're doing wrong necessarily or what they need to improve on. But it'll be cool to see what they do different this half.
Well, when you use the term what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong, obviously for an 11-1 start, they've been doing a lot of things well. So you're almost right to question what's happening with this matchup that Mahar has managed to stay so close. Oh, nice little bob and weave to get through that. Man, I would not want to be on the end of a tug of war with Zach Kelly. So 7 seconds left on the shot clock for Mahar. That could partially be what they're discussing on the sideline. These Hawks. twin Hawks. He gets the shot off in time. New shot clock up off the glass for number 42. Unlucky. So the attempt by Bryce Cleveland misses the mark. And then a foul on the other end will be charged to Mahar. So, comfortable coaching staff. It's like they got Nike contracts or something. Everybody's got their Nike sneakers on with their zoot suits.
We're gonna have to ask the AD about that. I'm not sure what's going on. Why that's happening.
Hopkins has stretched their lead to 4. The attempt of the three-point basket by Alex Bielski to nip into that lead off the mark. 25-21, Hopkins. I'm sorry, that was wrong. That was Drew Petray, number 24 from Mahar, that tried to narrow the gap with that 3. And it was off the mark. Jump ball. Austin Leary from Mahar doing a good job to jam up Kelly on that shot attempt. And now this time it'll be Leary getting called for the foul. That's his first. Team's third. 3 quick second half fouls.
Zach Kelly from the 3-point arc.
The big man draining it from downtown.
Wow, I didn't know he had it in him.
Like he meant it. It wasn't like he was under shot clock pressure.
No, he saw the open opportunity and he took it.
The defense still stopping the penetration by Mahar. Sami Rowe got a little touch there as the Mahar senator was trying to penetrate. And that foul will be charged to Spencer Butterfield, his second. Team's first in the second half. This possession will stay with Mahar. Erica looking like she's maxing and relaxing in her lazy boy over here. She's just kind of like chilling.
I am chilling.
Stay lazy, my friend.
No, I'm actually just noticing that the second 1,000-point banner is missing at the moment, and I'm assuming that's because we have a 2 girls players who just got their 1,000 points. So I'm guessing that their names are being put up there right now.
A lot of very significant banners here in this gymnasium. Sami Rowe, the long shot. Again, when it comes to these kids, you know, and when you're announcing, I definitely want to say youth sports on any level, you know, there's a certain political correctness that I think as announcers we are responsible for. So I hope that my opinion when it comes to, you know, kids who shoot and don't follow their shots, or kids who shoot and pose and watch their shots, you know, that's kind of not part of the fundamentals that were intended for basketball. So I'll just tell a story and then let your imagination use it for what it's worth. The movie Love and Basketball, the female player of the game got through her high school years, made it to college. They simulated like she played for USC. But there was this one time where she shot the three-pointer, stood there and posed, and then the opponent in transition came back and scored the basket. Now, it was a practice scenario, but when it was all said and done, the coach called a timeout and said, okay, you like shooting and posing so much, made her for the rest of practice just to stand in the corner holding that pose. It was like a half hour left in practice, and all she was doing was standing in the corner with one hand up in the air. I've told myself if I'm ever coaching kids and I've got some poses, I'm gonna put that one on. It's like, okay, you wanna pose? All right, go on over there and hold that for the rest of practice. So, from my mouth to your ears, youngins. There's just so much more you could be doing in that 2.3 seconds. You know, come down and box out on somebody, get ready for the ball to come back, follow your shot, do something, but please try not to get in the habit of posing. Because when you get to college, coach will not be tolerating that.
Yeah.
7-point difference. That three-pointer off the mark. Nice attempt by Nicholas Slattery. Rowe's pass was touched, but controlled by the Golden Hawks. I'll tell you, Hopkins looks pretty good. These boys are tall, slim, fast, very athletic. New shot clock, driving the lane. Slattery, he gets called. Check that, Brett Morrison. No, I was right, I'm sorry. Number 21, Nicholas Slattery, called for the charge. That is his third personal. 4 team fouls against the Senators here in the second half. 7-point lead for Hopkins, 3:20 left in the third. Two-three defensive zone for Mahar. Although someone said Mahar to me. Forgive me if I'm
Mahar.
slewing the accent. Kelly off the glass. Now what did we decide?
Mahar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to comment about the off-the-glass bank shot. If anyone has heard Erica's debut cast, there's times when you can use the glass, and there's times when she feels it is strictly taboo or something like that.
Yes, I get a little angry when people misuse the glass. I do not like bank shots.
Okay, so hold on. Let's check that. Spencer Butterfield, the basket. So when you and I are playing one-on-one, and you decide to come out and defend me straight on, and I put up a three-pointer, it hits the backboard and go, you don't like me scoring threes that way?
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh my God. Okay, okay. Wow. Okay.
Because that wasn't your intention. Your intention wasn't to chuck it off the backboard.
Well, keep in mind, I said shoot, you said chuck. I said when I shoot it, you said I chuck it.
Spencer got his own rebound. Nicely done.
Oh, look at that outlet pass. There you go. Pedro Matos. And he hustles back on defense. Three-pointer, Rowe. Player on the floor, it's Rowe. All right, what did I hear? 23. Austin Leary. Yep, he is out there. His third personal. Senators 6 fouls early. Semi Rowe 1 shot. Lane violation. So that'll nullify the basket.
Oh, that's too bad.
Rowe sitting there shaking off his right elbow. Obviously feeling the pain from slamming on the court.
Yeah.
It's interesting, after our first game, and people were commenting about our conversation about knee pads for protection, and now they've even got the sleeves. You know, you've got players, you see them on the NBA level, they wear the sleeves, a little bit of a pad on the elbow. Yeah, you're going to draw that foul every time. Fred Morrison going to the line. Senators foul on number 23, Austin Leary, his second. Hopkins substitution. Joe Yusko into the game, replacing John Morrison.
This Hopkins team seems to be really dynamic. They have a lot of talent and a lot of different players with talent. It's good to see everyone kind of participating and helping in what they hope to be a victory.
Alex Curran checking in at the scorer's table. He'll be the next sub. Kick out, inside, kick back, three-point attempt. Look at that. Did you see that, huh?
Yep, 21, Brett Morrison with the three.
Man, the ball movement, the patience.
It looks like Brennan Walker will be going to the line for 2.
.69 seconds left in the third.
Zach Kelly not pleased about that foul.
Third personal on Kelly.
Looks like he's coming out.
Along with Alex Curran, number 32, also checking in, Greg Pipchinski. Tell you, I love the way the Hopkins offense, they continue to move, you know, whether it's by design or just understanding that the only way you can be able to help out your teammates is giving him somewhere to pass. They float and flash and dart constantly.
Yep.
Constantly. Jump ball. Number 15 for Hopkins, Semi Rowe, back on the court. Alex Curran back to the bench. This outing by Media One Sports Television, covering Hopkins Academy, playing host to Mahar. This one being dubbed the family affair, as I have my daughter co-anchoring and the baby of the bunch, Sienna Jade, up on videography. Just amazing. Rocks don't fall far from the tree. drive. Yeah, that'll get a foul. Little touch foul. I believe that was called against number 12. No, there is no 12.
22.
Goes a 2-2 on his fingers. Thank you. Joe Yusko picking up his second.
And he'll be coming out. Number 25, John Morrison is replacing him.
4 team fouls against Hopkins in the second. Although Mahar's already given up 7, so Hopkins is in the bonus of the 1-and-1 next time they go to the line.
Let's see what they do in the last few seconds.
Stealing away, traveling. Good try. 1.7 ticks. 12-point lead for the Golden Hawks. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, and forgive me, I didn't jot down what the halftime score was, but I don't think Mahar scored more than 3 or 4 points in the third quarter. Oh, that was the 50-50. We didn't buy 50-50 raffle tickets?
We did not buy 50-50
What's up with
raffle
that?
tickets.
Oh my God. Well, we should have got ourselves an arm's length. It's all right, next time. They are actually here at Hopkins Academy doing their Coaches for Cancer fundraisers at the home games here this month. We were here yesterday for the Frontier Red Hawks when they took on the Lady Golden Hawks, and it was a good game. In the end, by just a few points, Golden Hawks fell short, but the 50-50 raffle winner decided to donate the funds right back to Coaches for Cancer, and that was touching.
Yeah, that was cool.
I might have kept like $5 for a cup of coffee, and then I'd have given the rest back. I'd have peeled a cup of coffee off the top.
So we'll see if Hopkins can stretch out this lead in the last quarter, or if Mahar will come back.
Final 8 minutes of the game. And we're going to see how this rounds out. A couple of games that Erica and I have covered. It's amazing when they pretty much run in real time. The first quarter of that West Side Girls against Central Girls that we'll be talking about from time to time. That game literally was like 8-minute first quarter, 9.5 minutes first quarter was over. Brett Morrison stepping up to the scorer's table. He'll be looking to sub in first opportunity, which is going to come right now on that out-of-bounds play. And let's see who he's going to sub in for. John Morrison will take a seat. Oh, no look down low. Good recovery in the basket for Zach Kelly. Took him extra second to control the pass, but he got his hands on it and he finished it. 12-point lead for the Golden Hawks. #22. Hunter Richardson. I thought I saw him go 2-2, but there's no 2-2 out there. Maybe that was a 2-3. Oh, there it is. No, it is 2-2. And it was a Hopkins foul against 22. So Joe Yusko, his third.
Ooh.
Yep, Matzo, he's in and out of bounds.
Nice.
Can't go out of bounds and then be the first one to come back in and grab it. So Pedro Matos out of bounds. Possession and a fresh shot clock.
I have to say I'm a little disappointed that Matt Pipchinsky is not playing tonight. He was one of those kiddos that I remember growing up with Siena. And specifically in preschool, Siena and Matt had a fake little marriage going on. It was adorable. But I was looking forward to seeing him play tonight.
thought you were going to tell a story about the assignment. It's like, here, you need to take this egg home for the weekend and try not to break it by Monday. Rowe, he's going to the line. He'll shoot 2. Blocking foul on Pedro Matos. That is his 4th personal foul. First one is good. Sami Rowe. Ooh. Dangerous.
Come on, Joe.
Joe Yusko picking up his 4th. John Morrison will come back in, replacing Yusko. Even more dangerous in the boys' game because they tend to leap a little higher, come down a little harder. But that bridge, you know, while unintended by Joe, but always scary when you have no control of your feet coming out of the air.
See something fun happen here. Nice.
I thought he was going to dish it off. He had the trailer. Spencer Butterfield, the field goal, timeout, Mahar. Quickly out of the timeout. 15 points now, the cushion that Hopkins has laid for itself. Jump, dish, short. Kelly the rebound. Rowe. Kelly again from outside. Ooh, I thought he was going to drop it. Thought he was going to drop it. Actually, great shooting style for Kelly. So, you know, once you see him, you know, launch a couple, you realize that he's got the skills to do that.
Yeah, it looks like all these Hopkins boys have pretty good form.
Number 42, Bryce Cleveland. Substitution for Mahar, number 13, Xavier Gaudet. Actually, it could be Javier. Sami Rowe. Count the first one. Gets the roll for the second. So the last time that I covered a game in this gymnasium, Erica, you were still a player.
Really?
And high def was not in effect yet. It's not like one of those things you say, oh, I've been doing this since the days of black and white. It's like, no, but I have been doing this since before high def. So this game, as you are watching it tonight in your living room, must just be jumping off the screen. The confines of the gym, the fact that we are so close to court level, it's like, yeah, these kids have literally got to be jumping off the screen. There's the save, 27 seconds, a new shot clock. Nice dish. The pause, oh, unlucky. Second time, there he goes. Bryce Cleveland will go to the line, try to make 3 out of this opportunity. think John Morrison, his first personal. Substitutions for both teams wearing the number 14. Alex Kieran for Hopkins and Sam Paul for Mahar. Gotta love the little kids over here to the right of our broadcast position trying to rattle the free throw shooter with their little shouts. Oh, I thought he was going to draw up and just shoot that.
Oh.
I saw that coming. I could tell the angle off of his hand that that ball was about to get wedged. But yeah, when Zach Kelly had that ball 16 feet out, you know, he just
thought he was going to go up.
Because he kind of caught the pass right in stride, and it would have seemed like he could have just flowed right into shooting that.
Now we know he has that shot, so surprising.
By the time this videotape gets out and around, a lot of teams will be sitting here scouting him for the rest of the season. Media One Television, you'll find us through Facebook, the links of our YouTube games. Yeah, there's a lot you can learn about Western Mass High School hoops by following our pursuits for the rest of this season. Sami Rowe. We will definitely spend the next couple of weeks getting in touch with our Hampshire County side. I've been reached out to go and pay a visit to Smith Academy, take a look at their boys squad.
Samiro with another one.
I don't know where they are now as far as rivals, but obviously on the girls' side, Smith Academy and Hopkins Academy, at least back in your day, that was a frenzied rivalry.
Oh yeah. Those were always good games. You always got a solid crowd. So probably standing room only.
And I would think,
when I played,
regardless of the success of the two teams now, I think that's always going to be a rivalry between those two, you know, border towns. So, and yes, it is definitely standing room only, whether it's here or there.
Yep.
Man out here in his Celtics gear. He's got the Celtics pajamas, the Paul Pierce number 34 shirt. And when you talk about sports and that, you know, it's one thing when you talk about the flow or things being cyclical on the high school level, on the local level. I don't know what the next turnaround is going to be for the Boston Celtics. Although I'll never forget that game, you got a chance to actually watch Paul Pierce in action with Rajon Rondo and Kevin Garnett at the Garden.
That was a blast.
Oh, baby, what a night that was. And to think that we were in the skyboxes so far up in the air and so far from center court, but it still seemed like you were right on top of the game. I mean, the Jumbotron was there as a backup. Took us until the third quarter of acting a fool to finally get caught on the Jumbotron. That was like the big thing.
We were on the Jumbotron.
We were on the Jumbotron. All throughout the game, you see the photographers scanning the crowd and putting different people up, and we were like, we have to get on the Jumbotron. And then finally, midway through the third quarter, whatever it was we were doing from our skybox seat, they caught us, and we were on the Jumbotron. I know someone still got a picture of that somewhere. Everybody was getting out their iPhones and taking pictures of us on the jumbo screen. Coming up on the final 2 minutes of regulation.
Now, Scott, you were just covering the Hoop Hall Classic with some of the best teams from around the nation, high school-wise.
Yes.
What was the height like there compared to
Well,
tonight?
and that's the amazing thing. Now, there's two ways of looking at it. The top high schoolers, just based on the city pool that they have of kids, you'll have the guards coming in at 6'5" and a couple of kids at 7'1", 7'2", easy. And we're talking about your 16 to 18, 15 to 18-year-olds.
Right.
Some of the prep schools that came in, you still get that same size, but pound for pound, they're a little bigger. And I think with the prep schools, you know, these kids are probably more your 18, 19, 20, you know, year olds, but just big. So yes, when here we see a roster of kids where, you know, you get a forward coming in at 6'10", 6'11", you know, maybe a guard at 5'9", 5'10". But yeah, when you start getting to the A-level schools, your guards are 6'5", 6'6", and then everyone else is 6'10" and up. And
everyone's dunking.
And exactly, and they can handle the ball incredibly well.
Yeah.
They can handle, you know, you're just not used to seeing people 6'9", 6'10" with good ball skills, but on this level, everybody's got handled.
Right.
Oh my God. And yes, everyone can dunk. Not like the, oh, let me make sure I run and jump from the right place. They can just be under the basket. If they decide they want to go up and dunk, they just go up and dunk.
I just want to dunk right now. I'm going for it.
I want to dunk right now. Nearing the final 90 seconds. I want to thank you all very much for taking advantage of catching this telecast. Reach out to Media One Television on YouTube. If you decide you want to relink this game, you can watch the links through our web broadcasts. You will catch this for a period of time on cable access. If you decide to reach out quick enough through our website and you want DVD copies of this game, that's possible. And some of you, for keepsakes, you know, I definitely encourage getting the maximum visual effect with the high-def DVD. Stripped away, slapped out. There's the lead, 3-on-2. He pulls it up. So in the final seconds,
25 seconds.
Here's something I want to share, Erica, because I just recently saw this in the news, and there's moments where teams are accused of running up the score, which I think I can understand when I see, you know, 100-10 or something like that.
Right.
So what do you do when you are just so dominant? If you're a coach and you're trying to say, look, you got to play. At the end of the day, I expect you to shoot. How do you slow down the scoring if even your reserves are on fire?
I mean, it's we had some games out there where we would beat teams by probably like 50, 70 points. It's about letting the young guys go in and get their time, and then just working on whatever you can work on with that team. You know, if you need to try things out that you guys aren't good at, if you need to try out new plays, whatever it is, you got to slow down the ball and just do what you got to do. But you don't want to embarrass the other team. You don't want to run up the score. It's just not cool.
When your older brothers were coming up through soccer, they played for some pretty dominating teams. And the coach would get them to a point where it's like, look, until you complete 5 or 6 passes, you can't drive. In this particular case, I would look at a coach and say, look, you know, until the kids get down to the final 10 seconds on the shot clock, they can't attempt a shot. And at the same time, you know, make them shoot from the outside.
All right.
You know, it's like everyone takes threes or something. But when you get to a point when you're blowing out a team 95-10, excuse me, it's like.
Yeah, what did I say in the news recently? Like, it was like 100 and something?
No, that was the game. It was a girls' game. The coach got suspended for a game for running up the score, and the coach was like, look, I don't know what you want me to do. You know, and admittedly, you have some schools that come in with young programs, and their programs just aren't ready yet. But they get on a schedule, and they got to go out and play. But, yeah, my thought would be use up as much of the shot clock as you can. And if you're still able to penetrate and score, then it's like, you know, shoot from the outside. Wait for the final 5 seconds and just hoist threes. Final 30 seconds of this one. Shot clock is off. 20-point lead for Hopkins. And Erica, I guess we get to wrap this party up.
Yes.
I want to thank you for coming out and doing double duty.
It was a blast.
I think you haven't done 1 game in your life, and now you've done 2 games in a week.
I know, it's crazy. But I'm getting used to it. I'm liking it.
She seems to think that if I continue to keep her feet wet, it will be better. So I'm not giving her a chance to form any rust. If I can get her out for 2 or 3 games a week, it's going to happen. So any last words as the handshake commences before I say goodnight?
No, just thanks everyone out there.
All right, she'll keep it plain and simple. In time we'll get her into the longer goodbyes, but for now, I guess I own them. So I want to thank everybody once again for viewing Media One Sports Television coverage. It's high school sports at its finest. And in the coming weeks to wrap up this 2015 season, we'll be making it all up and down the valley. So keep it here on this YouTube channel. You can also find our links through Facebook. For my co-announcer, Erica Hunter, and taking care of the videography, Sienna Jade Harris, up in the rafters over our heads. What else can I say?
Goodbye.
Until the next time.